following is a presentation of TFNN. The Global Market Pulse with your host, John Logan. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, John Logan.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. And thanks for everyone attending the webinar last night. If I was confusing, I apologize. I think we got some points across. You know, every day, Larry does a little bit more of a longer-term view a lot of times. Basil does just an incredible analysis. Steve Rhodes does something different. We all do. David White, Tom, Daryl Martin. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. Larry, for instance, is looking at a lot of times more of a longer-term view and just has a great eye for long-term trend changes and what to be aware of. What I do on the show is, possibly a little bit different, doing some updates on a daily basis. And we talked a little bit about and Andy Hecht, excuse me, I forgot Andy. I apologize, Andy. Andy's late in the afternoon and doesn't do a show every day, so it didn't come to mind immediately. He does incredible analysis, technical and fundamental. But what I do every day is give you some updates on some usual suspects. And a lot of times, there's some intraday short-term trading opportunities, and sometimes the strategies around those are simply just going long or going short and putting the stop in. But to not get shaken out of the trade, we talked a little bit about, some really simple things that you can do with some options. And these day-to-day updates, if I give these, a lot of times it, kind of may unhinge you from the longer term trend. And, I don't want to get you away from that, because a lot of the big money's made on, like Tom was talking about, I think yesterday or the day before with me, you can make your whole year sometimes in one or even a few trades during the year. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for those, how do I put a big risk reward trade on and just let it do what it's going to do and don't get caught up in these daily gyrations. So again, want you to keep that in mind. I mean, I talk about things in the scanner. Thanks, Basil, for saying that. Basil was commenting about the webinar last night. I want to say so many things, and in an hour, it's difficult to do that. I'd love to do another one. I'd love to talk about, arbitrage opportunities, things like that. A lot of guys in Chicago were doing some really, really cool things when I was up there, scalping gamma off of, buying straddles on the index or the ETF or the sector, scalping underlying instruments away from that. And you're using a gamma calculation to do that on when to, and mixing it up like that. Obviously, you can find, one strategy that I was just blown away when I was up there is, guys would find a, $15, $20 stock that had volatility. I can't think of one that comes to mind right now. But as this stock kind of has these general moves in a week, some of these stocks will move 10 or 15% in a week, every week. And Netflix seemed to do that for a while. But, being able to look at that, buy the straddle, scalp gamma off the underlying instrument. So, buying a non-directional trade on Netflix itself in that case, and as Netflix goes up, you're kind of shorting appropriate gamma position sizes against that straddle, making money. So as, for instance, Netflix would go up or go down, it would reach these envelopes where you could kind of like, okay, let's take some off the table on the underlying instrument. Let's scalp. And the worst thing that can happen on that type of trade is you just get shorted out. You would put on enough shorts on Netflix as it goes up, and if it never comes back, you're just still, delta neutral, things like that. There's so many. I think I said Steve Rhodes. I know I said Steve Rhodes. Steve Rhodes is always there. God, I couldn't believe how he used to do 2 hours every day. I commend him. And I think I said Steve Rhodes. Okay. But there's a lot of different strategies you can use. That's one not really predicated on something in the scanner and finding opportunities in the scanner. That's just basically finding a stock that bounces around and is the stock du jour when it comes to day traders loving it. So you can find little nifty things with different strategies on different situations, and there's no way to talk about all those within an hour. I felt like I was just trying to scramble to get the ones that I did talk about out. One of the things that we did talk about is this S&P situation. We've had a lot of earnings out. We're going to talk about a lot of earnings stocks and how to possibly look at the profiles against some of those stocks that are in the news right now. But the markets has been holding up relatively well in the face of impending earnings that could have caused the market to pull back. Hadn't been the greatest earnings either. So as we look at the scanner, that being considered, we've had really positive breadth. A lot of times at the tops of these markets, you'll start seeing the internals start at least starting to fold over if it is going to be considered a top. It stayed relatively strong, but we're at this major inflection point, 2096 on the S&Ps, on the futures, kind of sitting around up there. If we get a weekly close above there, that's going to kind of, that's not going to be good for shorts. But we talked about a strategy to just kind of let this thing spin around. If it continues to go straight up, your downside on a strategy like going short the futures, going long in the money calls, so you're not paying a lot for the insurance, but you need more of a decent move down to really start taking advantage of it. And I'm okay with that. I mean, we're at the top of a profile. That's a strategy. It's an extremely low risk strategy, but it's got a ton of upside. All right. So again, just one of the things we spoke of last night. So let's just go immediately into some individual stocks that I want to take a look at. American Express had some decent information, and their stock traded up without question. Let's go into the scanner, and let's just pull up AXP, or let's find it right here. It should be right here without trying to search for it. There we go. So American Express, green across the board, the sell structures. If you're thinking, oh, wow, it's gone up too fast, too far, we don't have any indications, nothing to lean on to play defense. We talk about that a lot. And we're going to finish up with that and go down the list really quick of the EMCs, the Newmont Minings, the United Airlines, Yum Brands. We'll be right back.
John Logan has just announced that he is hosting a workshop Wednesday, April 20th for all TAS Profile Scanner Plus subscribers, opportunities in the current market, and strategies to profit. In this hour-long workshop, John Logan will use the TAS Profile Scanner Plus to give you a current breakdown of the sectors in the market and the opportunities that are present, as well as providing subscribers with the best strategies to trade with to profit when using this powerful piece of market scanning software. Right now, you can sign up for the TAS Profile Scanner Plus at the front page of TFNN.com. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is such an amazing piece of software that we're even offering a no-questions-asked money-back guarantee for all new paying subscribers. Don't delay, as John Logan's subscriber event is coming up soon. Sign up now for the TAS Profile Scanner Plus and be up and running within minutes using this powerful piece of market scanning software. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sign up today.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. John takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. We were talking about AXP, just a little bit of an education session here. I don't like trading or putting on a lot of a weight before an earnings announcement. They can go either way. Ask Kramer. I remember he talked up John Deere one time. This was, I guess, maybe a year or two ago. And I don't watch him. Like it was like a 0.0001% chance that I ever even leave the TV on if he's speaking. But he got everybody piled into John Deere before the earnings announcement, and then it caved in literally. It must have been 15% or maybe 20% the wrong way. Never heard anything about it the next day. It's like, c'est la vie. Let's move on. Yeah, so those things can be, you're rolling the dice. It's something, if you're going to play them, in my opinion, you got to not put the heavy weight on things like that. I love Kramer. So as we look at AXP, this was, again, the powerful trade was back in the 58.46 area. You had a little bit of a bump. This is a retracement situation on a long term. Let me refresh my screen here. A retracement situation on the long term that can be taken advantage of along the top of this profile. This is our long-term weekly profile. And yeah, we're trading, what, 60, is this today's print? Yes, it is. 66.55. So up a little bit post-market after the announcement. Here's the daily. So, what do you do with this now? In my opinion, you don't really have any reason, believe it or not, still to take the trade off from the long side. It's been a strong stock in a market that's been relatively strong, and you don't have anything to hold on to here. And what do I mean by that? And this is just the very simplistic way I look at trading these markets. There's AXP. The sell structure is just green across the board. You don't even have any hints of a new profile attempting to appear. We talk about how do you know how to let some of these trades breathe. This will be an example if you're still in it through the earnings. There's really no indications here that are yellow peelbacks, breakage of profiles on the downside. So a lot of times we always talk about letting the profiles regulate the trade up. Remember, when you look at these 240s, a lot of time I put a lot of weight in these. We actually have a kind of a reversal custom sort over there that's based around this. A lot of times I look at these 240s as an expansion and contraction trailing stops type mechanism. And if I'm in a long-term trade, a lot of times I want to see that completely broken and turning red, or reaching a major inflection point that would be above as a target. A lot of times you can let these things breathe by just kind of trading a little lighter and letting them kind of do what they're going to do. Okay, let's look at a couple other stocks here. Coca-Cola. All right, so, what do you do with this one? This is, yeah, wow. Okay, so it looks like we're printing already. Yeah, 44.37. So we're trading below this weekly profile right now. Obviously, not the best news in the world. Do you buy this on a dip? Is this a trading opportunity? I think you got to stay away from this for right now. Let's see what the market does. Let's see if we got 44.60, a close above on the weekly. So I don't really see a lot of reasons to come in and sell this right now or buy it until we have a weekly close. Because remember, a lot of these things kind of shake out by Friday's close. This is the consolidated view of buyers and sellers, and it means a lot. Basil will tell you that. These weekly closes are pretty powerful. I've heard him talk about it. Let's take a look at Newmont Mining. So, and we're going to hit crude in just a second. Here's the daily situation. Here's 31.15. Are we printing? Yeah, we're printing 31.15 already this morning. So this is our weekly view. Here's that breakout that happened around 19. This is a cool situation. The scanner catches things like this, by the way. How do you catch it? You go in here and you put some things on your radar screen. Here's the breakout section. Let me try to say a million things at one time here. Here's the breakout section. And what is that doing? That's basically catching ones or twos in either column here, or excuse me, ones. First day breakout or first week breakout. You'll find these happening every day. You can put them on your radar screen, put them in a custom portfolio list, make a list, just call it former breakouts. Be able to click on it. You'll be able to re-reference these types of things. And when they come back, and that's a custom sort, so I can't do any manual sorts on it. And when they come back and then they're retesting the tops, that's kind of the situation on Newmont Mining here. So close above, cleared all the noise area, defined one, comes back and retests it. Those are really decent, powerful, high probability situations to get in. You're probably going, thanks for telling me now that happened on February 1st. I understand that. But when we have a long profile, remember, we want to trade breakouts. If we trade them, there's a weekly close above, got burned a little bit there. There's an opportunity on inflection point. But this one, again, this could have happened here, didn't work out, happened here, worked out. And then you've got a trade that you've had a really good chance to let it breathe. There's that target, yellow, peel back, take some off the table. Now you're back in business. You're back in business here, or you're back in business here. All right? Support and breakouts. So, what do you do with this now? You've actually kind of explored this. Well, you haven't explored the entire fair auction here, but you're ramping up right up against this daily top of the profile again. Obviously, we want to look at some metals here to even make further assessments of this, and gold is acting well. So, we talked about 1242, 1243 now support. See how that acted? That's where you can kind of wait till the market comes to you and pick battles. And what is that, about a $30 an ounce move that's happened? Newmont Mining's probably going to enjoy that. I don't see anything in the way here of gold right now. And I'd be a little hesitant surfing around a little bit here. Let me go into a couple other metals. Let's take a look at silver. Insane move. I'd be a little hesitant shorting Newmont Mining up there. But again, we're at the top of a profile. You could take some amount of shares off just to lock in almost a free trade. Let the other part breathe. Let those lower term time frames regulate that trade up. We'll be right back, guys.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, don't miss out on the Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This is the second running of their popular 5-year US dollar-denominated CD, which gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There's no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The May 19th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. We're going to hit crude oil in just a second. I want to talk about something Tucker in the Den had mentioned. You know, how would we have been alerted to the Newmont Mining? And let me pull this back up. Man, some of these mining stocks just got hammered. So going back to that example, there's a couple of ways to kind of catch things that are happening in situations like this. I mean, it's going to flag it there. It's going to flag it there, flagged it there. You can go into the scanner. If you're looking for weekly breakouts, one thing you can do is you can just go into a manual sort weekly above the profiles. You're going to be given things that are sitting, not yet clearing the congestion area, that 10% volatility around. That's what that top and bottom means. It's still within the noise area of those inflection points. When it clean and clears it, you're going to be able to see these ones here. That means we're past the noise level. And these are really cool on Friday to just kind of look at what's happened on Friday after the close. And you're going to say, wow, these guys had weekly closes for the first time above weekly profiles. And there's a couple other ways to find these things. Let me just go back here and unsort this. Let's go to breakouts. And that's going to focus on the weekly and daily here. And when I hit these things, and you guys have noticed if you have the scanner, your screen's not out, you can't hit things every millisecond and it pops up. The reason for that is we've got about 5 servers that are crunching information. That's not including the breath calculations, to be able to calculate all these things on 4 time frames and then send it to you. So you're actually asking for a download from the application. I think it's every 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And it's giving you new updated data files to populate the scanner with. And that's kind of cool because you can go into any index in the world. And let's go to the Eurostoxx 50. I can click on it. And I'm also getting, that information for these particular instruments this quickly. So again, we probably should make a US version only, which would even lessen that kind of delay time of population. But if that's something you want to focus on or think about, let me know. So as we look at this, I'm going to go back to a custom sort called breakouts. Wait a minute. Am I in the right section here? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go look at breakouts. And these are the ones that are showing ones in daily or weekly columns. So I can, then sort these. I can say, here's my daily breakouts. And wow, it's coinciding with the weekly breakouts. So let's look at WMB. And these are 2 days above, one first week. We've got a lot of weekly breakouts going on right now. They haven't weekly closed yet, but let's just take a look at WMB. And remember, it's just, we may not have a, so there's our daily breakout, and here's our weekly. So as we look at WMB and we look at, the XLE, there's quite a few stocks that have been acting a lot better than Williams in the XLE. I'm not going to lie to you. I try not to lie to you. But, if you're going to trade this from the long side, I think you've got better longs out there, but you've got 2 support areas here now. If I look at WMB, where'd it go? There it is. There's the 1831 unfair high, and there's the 1818. So you've got a little bit of a DMZ to play defense against. That's the good news. It's green across the board in the cell structure. Crude oil. I mean, we always kind of want to go back to the underlying motive for some of these energy stocks in the XLE. And my screen is frozen. Here we go. So first of all, we're gonna look at crude. I'll tell you what. Let's just take a look at the XLE anyway. So without question, it seemingly is underperforming the XLE. The XLE is kind of doing a breakout here. You can't ignore that. 6309. Some of these stocks that have been kind of languishing around and waiting for crude to kind of do its thing on the north side, they could catch fire, and that could be the case for WMB Williams. But again, it's not the strongest stock in the sector, and we talk about a lot of times relative strength and relative weakness to the sector, to the underlying instrument, to the market itself. And Williams just really is not showing itself as something that has been wanting to break out early, and obviously it's kind of late to the party right now. And I'm looking back at the den. Yeah, Tucker, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to use the scanner. That's a really good little thing I just talked about, to put some ideas on the radar screen and then go back and look at them later. So a lot of times I'll say, oh, wow, WMB and this and that or whatever, and go and just slam them into a custom a custom list in the scanner. You go in here, and right now it's a little cumbersome, but if you want to add a list, you could pretty much, I'm just going to do this for you, breakouts to look at, one, whatever. And I can go find WMB, put it in there, save the list. I can go put it on my dashboard really quick. Daggone it, hold on. I don't even know how to use my own scanner here. Let's go back to Quick Nav down here. And then what we can do is add it to our dashboard. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look at breakouts 1. I'm going to save it. And then it should be, there it is, breakouts 1. So if I click on it, there's my WMB. Then I can kind of go back and just have these kind of fallback lists that I can kind of view what has happened, follow them later, see if they're going to retest. How's that sound? Good, bad? Everybody still asleep? I understand that. I'm not a morning person, as you can tell. All right. So, what's the story on crude oil? Again, after this thing had pierced 41.5, I wasn't expecting this. Crude oil's had some bearish news and seemingly has climbed. That's relatively bullish. And now I'm just waiting for a weekly close. If we get a weekly close, I'm going to be looking above profiles. I'm going to be looking actually now at that point at 41.31 as support. We're going to talk about that a little bit further when we come back, guys.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. Got my exposure on my camera right now. Sorry about that. And the question in the den, I think, is a great question. Do you have your scanner profiles integrated into your charts? Well, yeah. I mean, these are the exact same levels I'm showing on the charts that are actually within the scanner. I'm showing e-signal. We have an indicator package that we have all these cool things that are on quite a few different platforms. E-signal is one of them. And in the scanner, you absolutely can, without question, click on that little chart icon and get some snap charts. And again, we're not breaking exchange rules here. You won't be able to find the exact price. We're not disseminating price. These are all price derivatives. And that's been okayed by Bloomberg's legal team. And I think they've probably got money to burn when it comes to legal support systems at Bloomberg. So I feel okay about that one. Because I know they wouldn't take any chances, except selling their client list, of course, which they did a couple of years ago. God, I hope they're not listening. Anyway, we have fun with them. But they're also in this snap chart, 123EN. I don't know your real name in the den, but that's a great question. And by the way, I was just using Apple for example here. You know, Apple breaking down on the daily, we never really fully retested this 104 after we kind of got back in the balanced area. Apple obviously is a big component when it comes to the S&Ps and the NASDAQ in particular. And let's look at it really quick. I don't know if that answers your question. I hope it does. So another thing too, Apple's had some really, really wide long-term profiles. Thanks, Joe. You're welcome. When we have wide profiles, you got to pay attention to these POCs. We talk about this a lot. Here's the blue line, the mode of the profile, not the mean of the profile. If it was the mean of the profile, it'd be right in the middle. This is the most well-traveled area as far as we see it, as far as volume, a volume print peak should be. So this is kind of the top of the mountain when it comes to, and you'll notice how they are pretty powerful in wide profiles. That was an extremely wide profile in Apple before, predicting extreme volatility. Tightened up a little bit, but that's a pretty wide profile still right now. Here's the POC. We're coming down into it. I don't have a lot of faith in this holding up until we get down to 104 for a trading bounce. So we've broken, you know, profiles on the daily. We're kind of hovering below it. 108.55 stops above there is going to be your kind of appetite for risk, probably for a little bit of a decent risk reward scenario down to 104. It'd be nice to have some market help on that one. Again, with the S&Ps and the NASDAQ, but they're at highs. They may goose it up quickly just to shake some people out. That's why I like that option, kind of marrying the in the money call with the short the futures right now. We could get we could just get a massive squeeze move up, and that would kind of mitigate that a little bit. Okay. So we talked about a couple little things in the scanner to be aware of, how to set up a custom list to kind of monitor things later. We're going to take a look at some currencies right now. Got to embrace the cloud when it works. So here we go. Canadian dollar, we talked about this kind of leading indicator, if you will, sometimes when it comes to oil and the change in tone and all. This started happening early. We talked about this a lot before crude oil started doing its thing. Canadian dollar continues to look like it's going to become more valued. There haven't been a lot of reasons to take any weight off this trade. This is one of those let it breathe situations. We got below the weekly profiles. We came back and retested it around that 129.90 something, 130. Let's just see where that was. 129.73, 74. Nothing really changing tone here on the intermediate. And I'm going to go to our scanner and go to our Forex section and look at that Canadian dollar. There it is. No hints of any turnaround. Still arrows down on the 240s. And that arrow down, of course, means that trend is down, even though we're within the balanced area on the 240s. There we go. Here's the 240. Looking heavy. Question in the den. John, can you do a search, for example, for prices at the weekly lower profile line green? Absolutely, we can do that. Aussie dollar continuing to climb to that 80 target up there. This was one of those cool trades that's really not given a lot of indications to get out on the long side. You've been given support chances, the regulation of that weekly breakout with the dailies. Let's take a look at the scanner again. And the question is, let's just go to our S&Ps. And by the way, if you're kind of a global guy with an Interactive Brokers account that can trade everything on the planet, you can come in here and not just look at the S&Ps. You can also add the Nikkei at the same time. You can add the Shanghai. You can add the Thai Set 100. Would this be considered a backing up the truck to add instruments, Tucker? We're adding a lot of instruments. We're backing up the truck and adding a lot of... Maybe that's not a good analogy or appropriate way to coin that. But you can add quite a few different exchanges and indices at the same time to try to find an opportunity, as you have asked about, Joe. So the way we do that on the S&Ps is we can go in here and just hit bottom. And what it's going to do is it's going to tell you on a weekly profile bottom. And let's just take a look at this. Here's Coca-Cola again. There's the daily. There's the weekly. We're in the vicinity, therefore it's going to be saying bottom. Okay? All these are going to be the same case. Valero Energy, bottom. Okay? Green line. Or what did you say, the red line? Yeah, lower profile green. Okay. Another one here. Take your pick, Clorox. So new profile higher, weekly bottom of the profile. Puts it right on the radar screen. All right, let me get out of this. Okay. Staying on the currencies, Australian dollar's been an awesome little situation. The yen trade, this is one where Joey and I have been talking about. This thing's possibly got a destination of 105, 106, that general area. Here's the daily. We've kind of gotten up into this noise area. We had a chance to whack it again. We had a lot of kind of, I guess, devaluation news out of Japan. This hasn't exactly acted well as far as the bounce that should have happened so far. We're going to talk about this a little bit more when we come back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Larry Pesavento, a 40-year veteran trader. He uses pattern recognition, Gartleys, butterflies, ABCs, and Fibonacci in order to trade these markets. Trade what you see. Next on TFNN.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. And I think we have Carlos on from California. Carlos, you there?
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well, John. Actually, I want to thank you for everything you've done. The way you explain things, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
The reason for my call today is the Swiss franc on the futures. Can you give me your opinion looking into the scanner, please?
Yeah. I'm looking at the scanner right now, and obviously we're trading above profiles in the daily in the 240s. The weekly, we just really came off of a little retracement back down into a new profile this week. We've come down and pretty much kissed it. And I understand we're coming off a little bit today already, but I think the longer term view here is we may head higher. I'm going to show the E-signal charts. There's that weekly bottom of the profile, 95.59. That's where your kind of stop below there is going to be on the long trade. And I think you've got a decent risk reward on this one. It's kind of cool how, this happened, weekly unfair lows. We're pulling back a little bit today, but the longer term view is to kind of orient stops below there and let this thing breathe a little higher.
Okay.
I understand that we're kind of coming back today. But I like the action on this, and I like how you've got some support on the on the weekly and the daily in this kind of general area down here, and here's the 240s. And I understand we're coming back today, but again, this might be an opportunity to buy some. And
well, actually, I'm already in, so I want to make sure I can leave a little bit of a room so it can.
I would kind of.
I actually bought it yesterday.
Yeah, I wouldn't be heavy in it yet. It may be time to kind of let this see if it can consolidate a little bit down here, and if it does, you may be able to add to a lighter position. But again, I think the hard stops have to be below 95.90 or 95.59 on this.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That's
cool,
great.
Man.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Not a problem. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. And I've been trying, guys, to get this thing coordinated with Mustafa in Saudi Arabia. He's right in the middle of all the news that you're hearing over there. The Obama, visit, the the lawsuit desires, and obviously the oil situation, the exchange situation, and how that's reacting to all this mess. But he's not where he's supposed to be. So I apologize for that. Okay. I'm going to go back into this. We're going to take a look at the euro. This is one that did a little bit more of a dip than I thought it was going to do the other day. You got a new profile here that's happened this week. We haven't talked about it a lot. I don't really, we kind of caved in a little bit too much below where I thought we were going to be supportive, and now we've got a new profile on top of that at this 113.52. This is our weekly profile on, and this is all in the scanner. So backing up, I just don't see a lot of leverage on this one right now. You got some headwinds up here, 114.25, 26, and that kind of, extends up into 114.64. I know we're rallying a little bit right now, and I know the dollar's coming off. We're going to hit the dollar really quick. I hear the music early here. Guys, stay tuned for Larry. We'll pick it up again tomorrow.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.